Hi guys, this is going to be a short live, but I do want to share something. You know, I touched the volume to make sure that it works. I'm going to give it a moment. YouTube was a little funny, so I'm going to give it a moment. Can you hear me? At least give me an answer, something, because I played with the volume. Whoever that is, I would appreciate it. I want to talk about UberEats for a moment. Guys, can you hear me? I touched the volume after I went live, and last time that shut it off. Can anybody hear me? Or hear the music? I do want to discuss something. It's not live. Thank you. I tapped it after I went live, and last time that messed YouTube up. I forgot to mention this earlier today, and I was trying to remember. That's why you have to write stuff down. And it sparked my memory because it was my last delivery down the street. Guys, I spoke about the other day that when I went to a place to pick up food, that you have to enter. Well, they do ask, please enter your date of birth. They keep telling me that I'm wrong. So I took the time, 30 minutes of my time, to browse around on the desktop to see if my date of birth is wrong. It's not. The bank account that's linked to my Uber account, my birth date is right. I can't find it anywhere else on the site. So what just happened was I went out in the evening. I did 2 deliveries, and I went near a store. I don't live over there. So I said, let me plan for the next 3 or 4 days. I bought some food. And on the way home, I turned the Grubhub on, and I got a delivery, a Freeport drop-off. I picked it up on the way home. I live in Freeport, and I dropped it off. Then Uber rang me at the drop-off. It was South Freeport. And I was only down the block. So I just drove there instead of calling. And the place was closed. So I went to call up Uber. And this is happening more often. I went to call up Uber, and they say, please enter your date of birth. And then they don't want to help you on the phone because your date of birth isn't the same. Well, I'm trying to fix it, but nobody seems to want to help me. Well, when a place is closed, that means they don't have to give partial pay. Why? Because they can't confirm that it's you. You could give your number. They know what number you're calling from. I'm giving you my address. I'm giving you my name. I'm giving you my phone number. I could give you the restaurant confirmation number. Nobody seems to want to help me. I was on hold. I said, I'm calling you today. Too much effort. Because this shouldn't even be an issue. But at this point, I think I can't be the only one this is happening to. If they can't confirm it's you by date of birth, they're not going to help you, and they're not going to give you partial pay. I think it's a still setup. So they don't have to pay partial pay. What do you say? Do you agree? I think that's exactly what's happening. I've reached out. I don't know who to contact. I can't get through to anyone. I want to change my date of birth. I want someone to confirm. They keep telling me it's the wrong date. It's not. In my account, it matches. That's my date of birth. So I just think it's a bit of a setup, just so they don't have to partial pay. Just a gut feeling. So I also turned on Postmates, and I gave back the order. And of course, they tell you all the stuff when you do that. But I immediately did it because I realized how far away it was. And I went, no, unless it's local, I won't do Postmates, even with a bonus, because they don't pay enough. At least with Uber, I do make tips 90% of the time. And while I was at Applebee's, picking up that Grubhub order and dropping it off in my town, I promoted the Get Upside app, and this man was very open to it. And we talked a little bit and chit-chatted. We were only there for a couple of minutes. Very nice man. Told me he had 3 kids. He has a full-time job. His wife works. And I said, and you're out doing this? He goes, I have to. I need the money. Kids are expensive. And he looked exhausted. I felt bad for him. His name is Michael. He was very nice. He was like, wow, you're a hustler. Because we talked a little bit. On the way out, we were talking. I was like, well, check it out. I said, check out my YouTube channel. I follow the industry. I follow the niche online, nationwide. So, I give a lot of channels, many shout outs. He was like, wow. I was like, it's all about residual income. And then he said something like, yeah, I should have listened years ago. I was like, oh, but I'm sure you're very blessed. Wife, kids, you're happy. He was like, yeah, but I'm working. Doing this to make ends meet. What's the point of having them if you got to work day and night? So at least I got to promote that. I don't know who's watching. Any thumbs up is appreciated. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And another thing I want to tell you is I just dropped off that Grubhub order. He had a 0 tip on the app. This is rare with Grubhub. And the person, they live in a boatyard, South Shore. Like, I pulled up and there was the water. I was getting a little nervous. I called the number. She came out because it was behind big fences. I never went over there. Got a little nervous. There was no even a dock to block. Your car could go right off the edge, right into the water, the way the ground went with the rocks. But a Grubhub order gave me $6. That was really nice. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and change. And I was driving home from a location after I did an errand, after I did a couple of deliveries. And today I earned two $2 cash tips. That's right. It's not, there's weeks that go by, I don't earn any cash tips. So to earn $10 in cash tips in one day, that's good. Cash is king, right? It's king and queen. So what else? I really meant to tell you that before, and I was like, I should have wrote it down. I think it's a setup. So I'm still going to take the effort, make the effort to find out who I need to contact. How can someone help me? I don't want to do it on the road when there's a problem and they go, we can't help you, because it's exhausting. When the problem, it is a problem. The problem can be fixed very easily. If I called from home a number or emailed them, I should look in the emails and see if there's a contact number. For some reason, it's very hard to get through. I'm going to try that. Now, that I didn't think of. I should go into the emails and see if there's a email contact, because sometimes they bounce back when they reach out to you. They don't receive those emails. I wonder if there's a separate email I can write to. I'm going to do that. I just thought of that, and let them know what the issue is, because that's annoying when you're in the field. Imagine if I drove someplace, spent 5 minutes and drove someplace. At least if the restaurant's not opened or the tablet wasn't on, or the tablet was on because the restaurant was closed, or whatever the case may be, it's nice to know you get partial pay. It shows respect to a driver. To leave me hanging like that, I was like, I don't even want to get on the phone to go through what I went through the other night. That guy was wise with me. And that's why I was thinking, is he joking with me? This guy, messing around with me? Is he doing that on purpose? I don't deserve that. It's exhausting. So visit MyIncomeJob.com. And guys, there's a lot of things coming up. I've been doing a lot of research. I'm going to be uploading a lot of YouTube video clips to both my other channels. And I'm also going to speak about a couple others. Everything came around again, but I want to do that in another video. I wanted to keep this on topic. Thanks for joining in, guys. I know it's an oddball time, but it's just not right. It shouldn't be this difficult to fix something that's probably a typo, or at this stage, I'm thinking that maybe it's done on purpose because then they save money. It's mean. It's nasty. I'll be out during the day tomorrow, but I'm not going to work tomorrow night. The days are running into each other again. But I am going to get up and go out for a few hours like I did today, like 2.5 hours. I'm hoping that I do okay with Postmates again. I hope that they have the little bonus and it keeps me busy. And to be home about 3 and stay home tomorrow. I have a lot of stuff coming up. And it helps YouTube creators that are in this niche. Rideshare. I watched Seashell. I took a little nap today, too. I fell asleep for like 30 minutes, and I was listening to Seashell. And she feels that the apps, they watch you. And I've had this happen to me. She was doing a ride share, and she shut off the apps to get gas. She said the apps were down, and they rang her. And that's happened to me many times. I've shut down the apps and said, take a break, or I was coming home, taking a break, use my bathroom, make a cup of tea, or get gas, do an errand. And I know the apps are down, and you close them. You go like that, completely close, and they open. That's happened to me a few times. So she's 100% right. She was speaking about rideshare, and I only do deliveries. And I'm like, sometimes if they know they have nobody else out there and they want that order filled, the app does open up. It's happened. And I'm like, I shut that off. I have to decline. I shut it off for a reason. I mean, these apps, many times they think that you're just out there waiting for them to put you to work. You got to work the apps, not let the apps work you. That's the way it is. All right. Thank you for joining in. I think it's done on purpose. And when I find out how I can update my birth date, I'll let you know, even though in my account, in the banking section that's linked to my UberEats account, the birth date is right on my end. There's either a glitch or it's done on purpose to save money. Not right. Okay. Thank you for joining in. I really do appreciate it. Oh, thank you for the likes. I know there aren't a lot of people on, but thank you for the likes. Every like helps. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. And if anything happens tomorrow, I'll go live for 20 minutes. I can't imagine anything crazy happening. I just want to work for like 2.5 hours tomorrow. I'll make a few bucks, and I'll be doing stuff. I really do have something very good to share with all the YouTube creators, because I know this is a rideshare gig or a gig economy community, a gig community mainly on this channel. But if you're a YouTube creator, and I follow a lot of YouTube creators, I figured something out because I followed lead and it's working. And I'm going to do a separate video on that. Have a good night. Thank you for the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to see if Pete's on, see what he has to say while I put my items away. I'll see you later. Have a good one. Thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. Bye, guys. Bye.